What's up, guys? I hope you're all doing well, and thank you so much for popping into my review for A Different Man. This movie was released a few months ago, but I am trying to catch up with as many awards type films that I can, and this was the next one on the list. So, Sebastian Stan just won a Golden Globe for this for lead actor in a musical or comedy, so that kind of bumped it up a little bit. So, yeah, I wasn't really sure about the film going into it, but it's the story of a person played by Sebastian Stan named Edward, and he's got all these tumors all over his face, and he's got this condition that's left him completely disfigured. And he is an aspiring actor, and he meets a new person who lives next door to him in his apartment, who is a playwright, and she hasn't written a play yet, but she's planning on writing a play, and she gets inspiration from Edward. At the time this is going on, the doctors come to him and say that there's this procedure that we can put you through. Looks like it's going to work. So, what the procedure is, all the stuff on his face just comes off and peels away and reveals who he is, like underneath, who is, Sebastian Stan. So once he does this, he sort of deletes his entire life, and he says that Edward committed suicide. His new name is Guy, and it's basically very much like Amelia Perez. Like when she becomes a woman, the man that she was, they say, was killed and all this. So it's similar in that sense. So when his past basically comes back to haunt him, because I don't know how many years or months or whatever passed in between when Sebastian Stan, when Edward's face recovers to the point where we cut to the future to where he's got this business to where he's got billboards of his face, and he's wealthy and he's popular. But when he's walking down the street, he sees that the playwright, his neighbor, actually wrote the play, and it's called Edward, and it's about him, but nobody knows it but himself. So he wants to audition. He wanted to be an actor, so he auditioned to play Edward, and he still has the mask that they sort of did a 3D print of for him. So he goes in and tries to take the role, and originally they cast him in it, but when Adam Pearson comes in, who plays Oswald, who has a similar problem where his face is, disfigured, the playwright Ingrid says, you know what, I think he's better for the role. So maybe Sebastian Stan can play what he looks like after his transformation. So Sebastian Stan's Edward now has to sit there and realize all the fame and success that Oswald is getting, basically from his own story and his face, basically. So it's a completely complex film. And I thought that the first like hour and 15 minutes of it were pretty great. I mean, I was really riveted by it. The thing that disappointed me most about the film was its ending, its third act. I don't want to spoil anything, but I wanted him finally to come in and say, I've had enough. This is my story. This was me. You know, he never really does that. He just sort of deals with it. And the movie kind of just ends on a whimper. So, other than that, I think Sebastian Stan is fantastic. I haven't seen The Apprentice, but I would give him a Best Actor nomination for this. He was so good in this role. And Adam Pearson as well. I'm not too sure why he's not thrown in the conversation for supporting actor, because he's fantastic. He's so charismatic. He's just a great performer. He did a great job in this movie. Yeah, it's just the way it sort of all wrapped up. I like the themes of it. I love the complexity of the story and the first two acts of the film. It just kind of riveted me in a sense. I was really entertained by this film, and I think the acting is great. Sebastian Stan, I've never seen him better. I mean, what he has to do. with this role is just really challenging, and he did a great job with it. So, yeah, I thought this was a really good movie. I would have said it was great if the third act was better, but it just wasn't. So I think it's a good movie. And when the Oscar nominations finally come out, whenever they do come out, we'll see how things pan out for this film. But I would give it a very strong 4 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed it quite a bit. It's just the third act that disappointed me. And that's really my only issue with the film is its third act. The rest of it, I thought it was really well done. So, guys, comment down below. Did you see A Different Man? Out of the Sebastian Stan movies that came out, did you see The Apprentice? I may still see that. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for a bunch of videos coming in the future. We've got reviews for Wolfman and One of Them Days coming very soon. You can check those out. And guys, you can also follow me on Twitter and or X at Ranking72 and Instagram and TikTok at KingOfRises131. That's been it for me. Thank you so much for watching my review for A Different Man. And until next time, over and out.